Hey everyone, good morning. April 21st, Sunday morning here. It is a chilly Sunday morning here in Philadelphia. Today we're going to do a little cruise news. We have about 8 stories to get through, so let's go get into it. Hey everyone, John here from Byte-sized Cruises. Welcome back to the channel. If it is your first time here, if you enjoy this video, you get some use out of it, please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel. We would love to have you as part of our cruising community. We put out a brand new cruise video every single day. Let's go get into the news. So first up on the cruise news, we have some wild stories this week in cruising. First cruise news story is John Heald, the ambassador for Carnival, laid out a little issue with some gambling on board the ships, and this got very heated online very quickly, as pretty much everything does at this point. But a lot of people are apparently playing this dice game called LRC, which is left, right, center. I have no idea. I had to look it up. I've never heard of this. I've never seen it on cruise ships, but apparently tons of people do this, and they're playing for money. And apparently they were playing for a decent amount of money. I don't think that anybody would have said anything if there were people playing for like nickels and dimes. I don't think that's a big deal. However, I think it was a significant amount of money. Somebody told John Heald about it. John had to report it to the ship, and it got shut down because gambling is illegal outside of the casino. I don't know why this is difficult to understand, but it is illegal. I saw all the comments of everybody saying like, "You're just trying to get us to spend more money in the casino." I mean, of course, all the cruises want you to spend money in the casinos and everywhere else for that matter on the cruise ships. But this is a legality issue. It'd be the same thing if there was a bunch of underage people drinking on board the ship. You have to shut those things down. They can't afford to lose their license or get in trouble for things like that, especially if it's a significant amount of money. No, I know that any amount of money would be illegal. I'm just saying if people were playing for pennies or nickels or dimes, I don't think anybody would have said anything, and it probably wouldn't have come up. But if you're playing for a decent chunk of change, it's an issue and it's illegal. It should be allowed. And people are so mean to John Heald. It's one of my favorite. He's a great follow on social media. One, he's just so funny, and he just delivers things with like a little bit of snark and fun. But the amount of hate that man takes is unrelenting sometimes. It's unreal. Next bit of cruise news story. Fincantieri has delivered the Queen Anne to Cunard. This is their latest cruise ocean liner that they've put out. They haven't had a new ship in a long time. So obviously Cunard, a little bit of a fancier brand. They do a lot of the transatlantic journeys. So I'm looking forward to checking this ship out. I really would like to see it and kind of get a look. I have not been on Cunard. I've been on some of the ships. I just haven't done a sailing on Cunard. So I'd like to do that at some point and see how it is. Next up, continuing on the Fincantieri piece, they have decided to delay the Star Princess, which is the sister ship to the Sun Princess. I think we've discussed in pretty good detail now that all the delays with the Sun Princess. We're now going to see some delays with the Star Princess. However, they're going to try to knock them out ahead of time instead of having delays at the last minute. So this ship was slated to come out in July of 2025. It's now going to come out the end of September of 2025. So they're going to push it back 2 months, which is going to cause 9 inaugural voyages to get canceled. Yet another reason not to book an inaugural. I know it's fun to think about going on one of the first sailings of a brand new ship, and I did it this year with Jubilee. I went on the 4th sailing of the Jubilee. However, I did wait to book that a significant amount of time, and I kind of knew things were on track and everything was up and running. And Carnival is not a brand that has like these bigger, I mean, it's a beautiful ship and there are big, beautiful things on the ship. But there's not these extravagant shows and extravagant venues sometimes that I think cause delays. Like Royal Caribbean, a lot of the shows, you know, there's so many shows on board. Sometimes those things don't launch on time. We saw that with Wonder. We've seen it with Icon a little bit. And now with Sun Princess, we saw it with some of the venues not being done. Just some things not finished. So I like that they're doing this. But again, just a little warning not to book inaugurals if you don't have a high tolerance for things getting canceled or just things not being ready. So keep that in mind when you're booking your cruises. Things may not go totally to plan if you are on one of those first maybe even the first half of the year is we're seeing with a lot of these, because it's better for the cruise line just to launch sometimes, as long as it's everything's pretty much good to go, and then to kind of ramp up as they go, because they would lose so much money if they canceled 6 months worth of voyages, which they're not going to do. So just a little heads up there. Please be careful when you're booking your inaugurals. Next up, cruise news story number 4. MSC has come out with this stay and cruise program for the summer. This is really, really cool. A lot of cruise lines do cruise tour packages, so this isn't like revolutionary or new. However, I'm going to give you a little details of what it is. This is going to be offered for guests extending their 7-night sailings into a 9 or 10-day kind of voyage. It's going to be available for 11 ships at 5 destinations. Those destinations are going to be Athens, Venice, Rome, Miami, and New York. You could add 2 nights accommodation with breakfast before or after your voyage at a 4-star hotel in Athens, Venice, Rome, or a 3-star hotel in Miami, plus the option for 2 or 3 nights at a 4-star hotel in New York, of course, for the Meraviglia. All of these stay and cruise packages offer half-day excursions to explore the city's attractions. You're going to get transfers from the airport to hotels as well as the ship. You are going to get transfers off the ship, like I said, to the airport, and then from the hotel to the airport as well when you're all done and good to go. This is going to apply to the Divina, the Fantasia, the Musica, the Seaside, Seaview, and the Harmonia, Lyrica, Sinfonia, and Opera, and then we have the Seascape and the Meraviglia. Those are all your choices. Gee, that's a lot of ships. And then there's going to be an add-on package from Istanbul, Turkey, coming up soon for a stay and cruise winter program. I like this. Again, nothing revolutionary here. A lot of cruise lines do cruise tour packages. This is a first for MSC. Again, MSC kind of being the driving force here, kind of moving in quickly here on North America. I'm really eager to see the next 5 years or so. MSC's plans to really challenge Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, those other brands, because they are really kind of honing in here on North America. Very interesting and very exciting. Next up, I think everyone saw this week, we had a lot of drama with the Carnival TikTok, where the cruise traveler, this woman, was showing you hacks to steal water on board your Carnival cruise by drinking the water out of the bottle, filling it with tap water, and then gluing it closed. First of all, super gross. Second of all, come on. How much is the water? Like, what are we doing here to save a couple bucks? Then we have to bring glue on board. We have to re-glue these things, which is really disgusting for the next people that have to get on that ship and mess with the glue that you probably touched with your fingers to rub on there. All kinds of gross stuff going on there. So just let's not do that. If anybody is on a cruise and you see me and you can't afford 1 bottle of water that you have to have, please come and talk to me and I will buy you a bottle of water. Please don't steal the water and then have to do that. I get it that things are expensive on cruises. I don't like it as much as you don't like it, but I'm not going to glue my water shut. I know all the tips and tricks everybody does to sneak liquor on, all those different things. Let's not steal bottles of water and glue them shut. What do we do? So next up, let's talk about Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean is going to be making a series of inaugural visits to the Vanilla Islands. What are the Vanilla Islands? Because I didn't know. The Vanilla Islands are, which I knew Madagascar was famous for vanilla, but I didn't know they called these islands the Vanilla Islands. So we have Seychelles, Madagascar, Mauritius, and Reunion. There are a decent amount of cruise ship employees and cruise line employees from Mauritius. You will meet them around the ships. Please talk to them. Their island is very, very cool. They have this what appears to be an optical illusion of an underground waterfall in their outside of their country in the ocean there. So really cool. I had no idea that they called these the Vanilla Islands, but they're going to be going to these islands on Serenade of the Seas coming up in May. So if you're interested in checking out the Vanilla Islands, here you go. And then last but not least, our fun story of the day everyone knows that Icon of the Seas has a chief dog officer named Rover. Rover's adorable. Everybody takes pictures with Rover. She is really, really cute. Rover is going to have not a companion, but a compatriot on the new Star of the Seas. They're going to have a chief dog officer as well, due to the amazing success of Rover. Who knew a golden retriever could make everybody happy? So they're going to have a chief dog officer. Their name is going to be Sailor. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet because it's still a ways off from that ship being ready to go, which will be out in 2025. But there you go, Chief Dog Officer Sailor coming soon to Star of the Seas. Maybe that's the little thing that's going to push you over the edge to spend $10,000 on an inside cabin so you can pet a dog. So anyway, that's our news for today. Hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday. Once again, please like and subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Our goal here is just to give you the best information about cruising so that you can plan and go on an amazing cruise vacation. Thanks so much. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. Happy cruising.